Most of it's probably mental. You don't like dark places that are wet and you're claustrophobic. You have a bunch of phobias and stuff, it's not going to be the place for you. There we see a porcupine. Top of that tree there. Trying to get away from us. He's not a very big one. Sharon's trying to get a picture of him. This gorgeous valley in here. We're quite high up here. And we just actually talked to Rick Ness. They're in this valley working in here. And we had to get out of his way there because they're shooting some video there. Because we're seeing all kinds of placer operations in this area, or had been placer mining. We're just going to keep traveling around some of these roads and see if we can find any historic mining stuff. I think he's going to run out of tree there pretty quick, isn't he? Yeah. There's not much tree left. Alright, so we're in Keno. As you can see, we're in a big adit. And all the people we talked to said, oh, there's no mines around here. They've all been sealed off. But I didn't find too hard. It wouldn't take me too long to find one. Oh. Nice and warm in here too. Sump. Well, sump is where they pump the water out of, eh? It's not necessarily dangerous unless you fall in it. I guess we'll have to see if it's connected to other parts, but likely would be. They had equipment in here. This is a big, fairly big modern mine. This area was one of the lead producers of silver in the world. That's just Safety Bay. So we think it's probably going to go in a long ways, but we don't have our equipment with us, so we're just going for a quick little walk here to confirm that does actually go in fair ways. It may not, but I think there's huge mines in the area, and we're thinking it's probably connected to them. The problem we might possibly run into is it could be flooded ways down here. But we have lots of footprints in here. So, yeah. Oh, there's big power cables. See where the power's hooked into them big cables? Well, pretty sure this is going to go quite a long ways, eh? Certainly looks that way. Oh, there's water. We're flooded as far as we're getting. Yeah, I guess we're not coming back. It's just flooded. What are those? Oh, batteries, I guess. Signal. Yeah, that's why they had the power and everything running down here to pump this out. We didn't bring our swim shorts today, so. And it's just starting to widen out in other areas too, eh? But going down. Yeah, there's a branch there, and one to the right. Plug in for the power. There's a big submersible pump running in there. Well, it's not running in here now, but if we come back here in a month or something, it could be all dry, you know, who knows, but then they'd be operating it, so. So, we're not going to get anywhere here. See what else we can find. We're on top of a mountain here above Keno, and this is a claim called the Gambler. And this guy told us how to get in there, and he said there was an incline shaft. If we had ropes, we'd get into it. He'd never been in it. And so this is it here. There's a cool skip here. And they had a winch here at one time, hoist, and a little setup here to put the ore in a bin. It just came straight up from the mine. And then this is where the tram started. It's all been kind of filled in. This is the top of the tram, and the tram went down to, I don't know, Keno probably. So we're gonna go down and have a look at it. See what we can find of the Gambler here. So let's have a look. We'll go down the ladder here. Doesn't look too bad. See how far we can get into the Gambler. Porcupines have chewed all that plywood up. Porcupines like chewing stuff up. Okay, so we got ice down here and we got water. And that's it. That's what we can show you. Unfortunately, this one's flooded. At least this adit is. Then we can find some other adits. She's frozen solid and flooded. Too bad. We're gonna look like it was a pretty cool mine. This is just for waste rock. They shoot going down probably. And the hoist was. They load the buckets up here. Most of them looks like it was kind of set up for a wintertime operation. Because it had a nice little building here. That's all. The hoist had been here. There's the button. Stop button. The hoist was here. An operator run the skip up and down the hoist. There's the skip. Had the ore in it. And then the ore got loaded onto the tram. And the waste rock just went down the waste. Down there. Probably had a piece of equipment or something, just pushed the waste out of the way. The low grade ore. So we're going to look around and see if we can find a level ladder or some other workings here, hopefully. There was an underground mine here because we can see the rail. You don't know. Oh, it looks like there's a portal right there. Cool. And I can see some more tracks and a portal just down in there too. Looks like a portal there. As you can see, we're right at that level of that where the portal would have been, so it'd be right here. Unfortunately, I think there's a huge rock on top of it, or all this small stuff. So we're going to be skunked on this one, unfortunately. But there is a lower one. Let's see if we can find that. Real cool ore cart there. Beautiful cart. Wheels are on it still. Yeah. This guy's kind of wrecked this beautiful cart. Yeah, it's a skip car. There's an incline railway here that went up. There's the boiler. Unfortunately, the portal's right here somewhere. We can't get into it. But hopefully we can get lucky and go down this other portal. Another one just below us. Unfortunately, it's another case we're seeing this more and more, where the modern mining companies destroyed the historic stuff. Unfortunately, it's kind of sad. You can see where Sharon is up on that skip car, and there's a cool boiler there, and them guys have pushed a whole bunch of waste rock from up top there and have sealed the portal off, either intentionally or by accident, and maybe just through neglect. Okay, so this is where all the waste rock went. Now we've got another one below us, so hopefully that one will still be open because they couldn't have pushed that one shut. So we walked a fair ways down here. There just see some parts of dynamite boxes, and there was a shaft here, but it's caved in, And we can hear water underneath us. So, trouble is we can see more shacks further down. So we got to keep going down a little bit further. There's a cool old barrel. Oh, and a pickaxe. Oh, that's neat. Real neat barrel. So they would have used this, obviously, to pull ore out of this little shaft that they built. There's a fox.
That is a pretty one.
Definitely on a mission. There's a really beautiful old hoist. Looks like a real old guy. Andres and Bolton, Denver, Colorado. Huh. And that was an old hoist belt drive. Look at the way they've done the teeth on it. It's pretty neat. Yeah, that's definitely a museum piece. Beautiful old guy. Well, the one thing the mining companies didn't wreck, I guess. Yeah, nice cart. Yeah, old sucker too, huh? Beautiful cart. Nice shape. There's some track there. And there may be a portal around here somewhere. Oh, cool. Buildings are unsafe. Do not enter. Yeah, that looks a little sketchy. Skunked again here as far as... There's a road further down too. As far as finding a mine, might get lucky and find something interesting in one of these buildings. Pretty decent sized looking building here. I don't know if we'll see anything interesting in it. We'll have a look. Yeah. There's some big camps around here. What am I to see here? Perfectly safe to me. Bunkhouse. Yep. The beds here. Little tobacco can. Eagle. Something. There's even a root cellar. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, the stove looks a little rough. Say the floor needs washing or something. There's a porch chair. Yeah, not much. Kind of a cool little bunkhouse here. Got lots of good exercise today. You won't do any push-ups tonight?
Nope.
There's a sign that says these buildings are unsafe, shouldn't enter them. Do they look unsafe to you? Coming up the hill, so there's the last tram station there. And, well, the tram tower. And it looks like this is a little town here where the ore came to. Maybe called Wernicke, I'm not sure. What'd you see in there?
Creepy.
Creepy?
Yeah.
Awesome. I like creepy.
Yeah.
Explosive boxes chewed up by porcupines. Porcupines chew everything. They love their wood. Oh, a big building, eh?
Yeah, there's upstairs.
Porch. More, a whole bunch more buildings and stuff down there. Yeah, it looks really cool too. I'm gonna go up though. Have a look upstairs, see if we can see up there. Receipts, helicopter, White Horse bound. Looks like it was used for an office at some point in later years. For mining.
Oh, maybe it is an upstairs.
Boy, nice stairs. Beautiful wood on the stairs. Some bedrooms up here. Beautiful wood. A duck. And there's a whole bunch of other buildings and stuff down there where the pit is. Let's see if there's anything to see down there.
I'm getting out of here.
Creepy?
Yeah.
Nothing too interesting down there, just a foundation.
Bah.
Yeah, we're looking at a big boiler here by the looks of it. Looks really large. Probably run the winch. Oh, really? Huh. Yeah. Steam boiler. No, that's just a big boiler. One of the biggest ones we've seen. Pretty desolate place up here, hey Sharon? Yep. There's just some shacks and stuff here that's all blown over. And we're going to see if we can get into that adit on the side of the mountain. We'll show you what it looks like on the drone. There's two things that look kind of interesting. That looks like an adit there with a bunch of ice coming out of it. And then there's a whole bunch of wood on the side of that mountain. It looks like a hole right there. So this is the top of Keno Hill there. So there was a whole bunch of really rich silver mines going back a long ways up in here. Unfortunately, most all this stuff has been bulldozed over. So, you know, we're having a hard time getting underground to show you guys some real cool stuff. So this is a kind of a tourist thing. You can drive all the way up here. It's about 13 miles from Keno. And it's a signpost. They put that up there a long time ago, but that was right in the middle of the top of the silver thing. So we're using a drone. We're going to find you guys some really cool mines we'll get into here in a little bit. All right, so this is the road that goes along top of the ridge where all the mines were all kind of bulldozed over. And then so we flew the drone over top of this cliff here below us, figuring there's probably some adits, and there was. So we could see the signs of a great big, looked like a tramway that went way down the valley. And it looked like there were some holes that we get into. So we just took the drone and flew it. And yeah, it looked pretty good. So we looked at a few other spots there. There was a couple other holes that we thought maybe we'd get into. And it's kind of a great with the drone there. And this one looked pretty good from a distance. You looked like there was a hole there. So we just kind of went right in there close to the drone. But it looks like there's maybe just some ice or something that was there. So that one didn't look very good. So we decided not to try to go into that one. But the other one that we saw there with all the wooden material in there looked really good. So we put on the climbing rigging and went over the cliff. We were at the top there and went down there and have a look at there. And we'll show you what we found when we got to the bottom. We weren't sure how steep it was. It looked pretty steep on the drone. It didn't turn out to be quite as steep as it looked, but still a lot of real loose hazardous rock. According to the drone, it was 227 feet below where we were, so we got a 200-foot rope and this other rope, and I'm gonna go down. This isn't straight up and down. Got a little tangled there, but it's okay. So away we go. So, more or less. It actually works okay because you just hold it open. That rock. I decided to step that rock there pretty quick. If there's anything really cool here, we're probably going to go back up and get Sharon. She went in and took off. Oh shit, I'm going to throw that stuff in there. Extra lights and everything. I'm not really a great guy for knots, you know. They say if you don't know knots, tie lots. It does get quite a bit steeper further down, so that's part of the reason that we're using the ropes. So, you know, if you slip off the ledge here. At least one good thing, we got all our rope stuff on. We got a helmet on too, right? There we are now. Is that it? It might be. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go down a little further to that saddle there. Bad thing, gotta watch rock doesn't come rolling down on you.
Oh, there he is.
Hopefully it is.
He's not on the rope, he's just walking.
Okay, so I'll keep going down. Now, find out if we're going to see anything. Man, it looks like it freaking blasted it shut, doesn't it? Sure does. Let's see, we'll wave at Sharon here. Some old ore sacks. What other stuff we got here? I can see Sharon there, up there. Yeah, big timber in here. I think there's an ore cart at the very bottom, I can see. We could have walked up there from the bottom, but see, this is easier. So this went all the way out. Now we're just gonna walk along here. Hope everything's secure. And we'll see if we can get in. I'm thinking probably not. We'll have a look. Yeah, there are a lot of mines in this area. One time. It's kind of slippery. Huh? I had a bigger roof over all this, and came out quite a long ways here. Here's the portal. Can we get in? Oh, maybe. I think I can get in. I'll see. A big wall there. Wow. Looks like they timbered it up. Bastards, eh? They timbered it from the inside. But we still might be able to break that timbering out of the way and get in. We'll see. First side's track here. Oh yeah. Oh, the door's just a door. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we have a mine. So far we can get. Let's see if I can show you. It's partially blocked at least. How blocked, but bit of ice here. Got a lagging on the back. Might have a collapse here. Let's see. Not much for artifacts so far. Get past this. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. Crawl up here. Have a peek. It's gonna be frozen in here for sure. Oh gosh, I got the back is collapsing on me here. Jesus Christ. Looks like got right on me here. Really crumbly on top here. Make sure I don't touch anything. It's steep, right? The crumbly stuff was falling on me a bit. Okay. Careful there. Oh, it's all frozen there. Okay. Keep moving up without touching anything. Yeah. Oh, look at this. All this ice. And, oh man. I better turn my oxygen monitor on. Where is it? Okay.
Welcome to Intelligent Void Gas Detector. Starting. Please wait.
Make sure the oxygen's good. Oxygen 19.7. It's good. Lots of air. Here at Creaking was just mine. Huh. Well, I might be done here. Wow. Don't touch anything. I don't know how fragile all this is. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can get any further. It's going to be pretty skinny in there. As you can see, that'd be really dangerous, especially with myself. Got a huge pile of rock. It's all loose on top of it, so we're not going to go down there. Yeah. So, oh well. Oh, that was cool just the same though. Yeah. Okay. No, we're going to have to head back out. That's just too sketchy. Crawling down into this stuff's really, the only thing that's holding this probably up, maybe is helping, is the ice. Because that part I crawled through, and you can see it down there too. You can kind of look through there a bit into lower levels, but you couldn't get through there. Well, it's a pretty big collapse. This room is just, this whole room is, as you can see, all this stuff's really unstable. So it's collapsed from the ceiling. You gotta be careful not touching any of that because if more collapses are gonna be trapped in here. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. So we'll just lay on our back and be very careful not to touch anything. It's really sketchy. Really loose stuff. I know people say sketchy all the time, but I just touched a little bit of that and a bunch of it fell on me. There's barely enough room there. I don't know, I can get by there without touching anything. Then it'll be alright. You see all the lagging on the back here? Because all of it is just really soft. So they had it all braced up everywhere. That's unusual in a mine. Usually once you get a little ways in a mine, you don't see a lot of lagging on the back like that. But in this case, because this rock is so crappy. You know, even if we could get further into this mine, there's just going to be more collapses, I think. Because you can see, look at that. It's secured all the way along. So it's very, very poor rock. Oh well. So well, we got into one cool old Keno mine, at least anyways. See the way they had how they held the timbers up? They got these brackets that they made up. And the logs going across here all the way in. Yeah. All right. So I guess that's that. High altitude, crumbly mine. All the lagons broke off here, but the rock's still good, but it must have been a pretty big mine though, because look at the gauge of the track. Big heavy track. So there are some pretty big work cars in here. Almost collapsed shut, but we were able to find a way through.
How was it? Whoa, watch out. Silly.
Not bad, except for the odd loose rock. Here's our sender. And then, you know, for a safety thing, you hook this on. So if a guy fell, he can't go any further than that. I don't say he could fall, but never know, I guess. There's a big room all full of ice crystals.
What?
Beautiful, just like all frozen.
Oh, wow.